Greetings to all. I am Siraj and I extend a warm welcome to another episode of Know the Law brought to you by AdvoTalks. Our focus today revolves around a critical subject, labor laws, relationship between employers and employees, protecting the workers' rights, working conditions and collective bargaining. So let's begin by comprehending the essence of labor law. For a layman, labor law refers to the set of rules and regulations that deal with the rights and responsibilities of both employers and employees in the workplace. These laws are in place to ensure that workers are treated fairly and are protected from any unfair practices, and also outlining the obligations and the rights of employers. Labor laws cover various aspects of the employer-employee relationship such as working hours, wages, benefits, overtime, workplace safety, and the right to form and join labor unions. The goal of these laws is to create a balanced and equitable working environment whereby employees can be adequately compensated for their work and are provided with a safe and healthy workplace. The laws also establish procedures for addressing disputes and conflicts that may arise between employers and the employees. A curious question may arise in your minds. Are there any cases of labor laws in India? The answer to this is yes. There have been several significant cases related to labor law in India. Let's look into some of them. The first case is Mazdoor Kisan Shakti Sangathan versus Union of India. In this case, it has involved a demand for transparency in wages and social audits of labor schemes in India. The Honorable Supreme Court of India upheld the right of workers to know about the details of their wages and benefits under the National Rural Employment Guarantee Act, popularly known as NREGA. The next case is Visakha versus State of Rajasthan. The landmark case addressed the issue of sexual harassment in the workplace. The Honorable Supreme Court laid down guidelines to prevent and deal with sexual harassment at workplaces, as there was no specific legislation on this issue at the time. Another case is Maruti Suzuki workers' strike. In the year 2012, there was a major labor dispute at the Maruti Suzuki manufacturing plant in Manesar of Haryana. The conflict resulted in a violent altercation between the workers and the management. The conflicts also led to the death of a senior executive. The case has brought attention to the issues of worker rights, working conditions, and the labor relationships in the automobile industry. Let's hear a bit about another case, which is Air India pilot strike. In the year 2012 again, Air India pilots went on a strike to protest against the issues related to career progression, salary, and working conditions. The strike resulted in a widespread flight cancellations and significant financial losses for the airline. Also, in the case of Uber and Ola driver protests, it was stated that there have been protests and legal challenges by ride-hailing drivers in India. The drivers have demanded a better pay benefits and job security. The drivers argued that they should be considered as employees rather than independent contractors, which would entitle them to certain labor protections. Now let's look at some of the guidelines which are administrating these issues. The Supreme Court of India has delivered several judgments that provide guidelines and directions on various aspects of labor law. Some of the key guidelines given by the court in different cases related to the labor law are as follows. The first guideline was issued in relationship with the retrenchment and layoff. The Supreme Court has held that the employers must adhere to the provisions of labor laws when undertaking retrenchment, also called as layoffs. The Apex Court emphasized that workers' rights should be protected and layoffs should be carried out only as a last resort after following the due process and requirements of the law. The second is on equal pay for equal work. The court has ruled that employers must ensure that employees performing the same or similar work receive equal pay irrespective of their gender, caste, or other factors of discrimination. The principle promotes fairness and prevents wage discrimination in the workplace. The next guideline talks about the workers' safety and health. The Supreme Court has emphasized the importance of providing a safe and healthy working environment for employees. Employers are also required to comply with safety regulations and take necessary precautions to protect workers from occupational hazards. What's more, there have been guidelines issued on the maternity benefits from the Supreme Court. The Apex Court has held that women employees are entitled to maternity benefits, including a paid maternity leave and other related benefits. The employers are required to comply with these provisions to support the well-being of female employees during the pregnancy and the childbirth. Another crucial aspect is that prohibition of child labor was also mentioned. The court has taken a strong stance against the child labor issue. The Apex Court directed a strict enforcement of laws prohibiting the employment of children in hazardous occupations. It has emphasized the need to protect the rights of children and ensure their access to education and a safe childhood. Moving ahead, right to organize and collective bargaining was also discussed, and the Supreme Court has recognized the rights of workers to form labor unions and engage in collective bargaining. It has upheld the importance of collective action for negotiating the better working conditions, wages and benefits. And then the payment of Provident Fund and the gratuity guidelines were also issued. The court has emphasized that the employers must ensure timely and accurate payment of Provident Fund contributions and the gratuity to the employees as per the applicable laws. The guidelines and judgments delivered by the Supreme Court of India reflect the evolving approach of judiciary towards the labor law. Over the years, the court has played a crucial role in interpreting and shaping the labor laws to protect the rights and interests of the worker community and also to ensure a fair pay and good working environment. We hope our video was knowledgeable and has brought good information about the labor laws. For getting more such updates on the topics like this, please like, share our videos, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel